Welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. Today we're talking a little bit about, some things that people need to know when they're buying in the Houston area, when they're moving into Harris County for sure. They need to know about the Constable's office. It's a little different than the Sheriff's office. So we're going to be talking with Constable Mark Herman today. Thanks for coming into the studio. We appreciate you coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So you haven't been constable for very long. Tell us about your transition.
Well, actually, I've been at Precinct 4 for 30 years.
Long time.
Worked for Dick Moore and also ex-constable Ron Hickman. But I've been appointed constable May the 19th of this year, almost a little over 5 months.
How are you enjoying it so far?
Very well, very well. I mean, we, did not reinvent the wheel when Ron left and stayed with the same group of folks that's brought us, and things are going well.
And you guys are growing.
Yes, we're growing by leaps and bounds.
That's good. That's good. I know with technology changing so fast, you have to implement a lot of new technology all the time. I'm sure you're buying new equipment, computers, and just expanding, huh?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. When I first got in, we kind of reorganized our command staff. When Ron left, he took 6 of the upper staff folks with him, and so we had to promote from within and kind of retool, if you will. And we decided that we had kind of started to outgrow ourselves. So we stopped taking some of the law enforcement contracts and began ordering. We ordered 82 new patrol cars, which have already started coming in, and right at, I believe, about $100,000 worth of computer equipment for those cars and offices.
So those cars are equipped with computer systems on board, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't take your computer in and out of the car. It's all on board. So I would think that technology changes pretty quickly and it outdates pretty fast.
It does, and we've got 4 guys assigned to our tech service division. They are constantly doing updates on the cars, and very, very fast pace.
That's good. Well, from a national perspective, there's a lot of negativity about police in the national news. And I know here in Texas, it seems like we have a different feel in Texas. I know everybody that I know really supports police here in Texas. And so we have this national news issue going on, but yet we don't really, I don't feel it here in Texas. Do you think so? Do you think that Texas is a little different than the rest of the country?
Well, I don't know that we're different. I can tell you that we here in Precinct 4 have not experienced that.
Good.
Precinct 4 Constable's office, we are derived from the communities we serve. And, 30 years ago, I think we had 30 employees. And today we're knocking at the door of about right at 500.
Yeah, you guys have really grown.
We have grown, but the people, we've grown because of the people we serve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the suburbs have grown so much in the last 20, 30 years. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I believe like every year there's like 40,000 new people coming to the Precinct 4 area.
You have a lot of people you serve.
We do.
So a lot of your officers work directly in communities, in neighborhoods, in the same neighborhoods year after year. Is that right? They don't move around to different locations?
Yeah, that's correct. We have some officers that have been in the same subdivisions or MUDs for 20 to 30 years. They've seen the kids at the bus stops, and now they see them grown up and married, and have forged very good relationships.
Yeah, that's really neat. I think that's really puts a sense of trust in the officers because people feel like they know them. They can talk to them and approach them very easily. I think that's a good thing that helps solve crimes, don't you think?
Certainly, yeah. I mean, policing is at times can get difficult, but what makes it so successful for us are the people we serve because that relationship we have.
Yeah, that's really neat. I like that. All right. So what makes the constable's office, Precinct 4, different from the sheriff's office?
Well, again, I don't know that we're different. I know nothing else other than Precinct 4. That's where I've been since I was, 22 years old. Mm-hmm. But we do work close with the sheriff's office, the ISD police. We have several of our guys. One of our guys are embedded with the FBI. We work different task forces with them. I don't know that we're different. I really don't. I mean, we just have a different department, so to speak.
So when someone decides they want to go into law enforcement and they grew up in this area, how would they choose? How would they know whether they want to go into the sheriff's department or the constable's office? How would they, or is it the same? It's different training programs, right?
Well, no. I mean, it's basically you have to go get your take your state exam and go through an academy.
Okay.
We have a lot of the folks that live out here in the community that are now working with us, and I'm sure the sheriff's office does too. But it's all about choice. I mean, if you want to go work at the sheriff's office, they do so, and they want to work with us or DPS or HPD.
Okay, so same training, and then you choose where there's a vacancy and where you want to work.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, and you guys can handle everything. I mean, when someone has a break-in and calls it in, you guys show up at the house, you handle traffic stops. I mean, you guys can handle everything, right?
Yeah, we are the largest constable agency in the United States, and we catch them, we clean them. I mean, that's basically it. The only thing we do not do is our own homicides, but we work very close with the sheriff's office detectives, and but we handle a lot of our stuff.
So in a case like a kidnapping case where the FBI comes in, you guys just work with the FBI team that comes in?
That's correct. We would contact them, they would come out, and we'd coordinate and end up referring to them.
Now, do you guys have your own facilities where you check fingerprints and things? Like if something was used in a break-in, you guys
absolutely
check all that stuff.
Excuse me. We have we process crime scenes. If we get fingerprints, we submit them to the lab to get a hit. We're now to the point where we have a new CODIS investigator, where what she does is she checks the DNA swabs. We're swabbing at scenes now for DNA left by perpetrators, and we've been getting hits on those. So but we do a lot of our own stuff. We really do.
Very good. All right. So I know, the Houston mayor's race is going on, and that doesn't really affect you guys so much in the suburbs. But they are all the candidates have been talking about needing more police in Houston. As far as your area here in Harris County, do you feel like y'all have a good amount of police officers out there solving crimes, or do you feel like it needs to be bolstered a bit?
Well, I think that we at Precinct 4 have always held our own. I can tell you that, just this past week, Commissioner's Court did give me 13 additional district positions, to use as I see fit out here in the community. And again, I think the Commissioner recognizes that we're growing out here. And if you'll remember, back in 2011, we had layoffs where we laid off over 100 officers. So we're starting to see those folks transition back.
Okay.
And but as far as overall coverage, I think we're doing very well out here in Precinct 4. And Precinct 4, North Harris County, in my opinion, is one of the safest places to live.
Fantastic. That's good for all of our home buyers, because, we got a lot of home buyers moving to this area, so that's good.
Certainly.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the HOAs and how they work in conjunction with the constable's office. How does that program work? Because a lot of people don't realize that the people patrolling their neighborhood work through their HOA and MUD districts.
That's correct. We have contractual agreements with homeowners associations, MUD districts. We've even had agreements with school districts before, where we will provide them law enforcement in their communities.
Now, the most of the ISDs, though, they have their own police officers, right? They're not from the constable's office.
Right, they do now. At one point we had Cy-Fair, but we recently just relinquished that, and they have their own PD now.
And so when school starts and they need extra hands, you guys just go and work with them, right?
Absolutely. We coordinate with the chiefs, and because many of those schools are in the communities we patrol.
Tell me about the Citizens Police Academy. That's an interesting thing that you guys have done.
Yeah, we've had that for years, where folks get to come out and see what we as police officers go through to better relate to us and what we go through on the street.
Do you spend, as a police officer, do you spend most of your time out patrolling, or do you actually have time to work the cases, or is it just the investigators that work the cases?
We have both. I mean, some of the street guys will work with the investigators and do some of the legwork to get it resolved. But these guys, it depends on the case.
Okay. Very good. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on. What's the best way to reach you and find out more, like the statistics on the area throughout Harris County? Is there a website where people can find you?
Sure. You can go to the Harris County Precinct 4 website, and we have so many things on there that you can review. But
y'all have a lot of statistics on there about the neighborhood.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And we provide those every month to folks.
Those are really great for buyers moving into the area to be able to look at the break break-ins and things in the houses in particular neighborhoods. I think that's a really good resource for buyers.
Very good resource.
All right, you can go to hcp4.net for more information about Constable Mark Herman and his office and things that they're doing and the statistics in the neighborhoods out in Harris County. We appreciate you coming on. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors here on Houston Real Estate Radio.